First thing is interim use permit on 110 Greeley Road.
Oh, come on now. Take one and pass it on.
Oh, yeah.
We've talked for a long time, but we have not had a termination of the IUP CUP, nor do we have a procedure to follow. But what I have in front of you, Dan Smith's IUP from 2024, that property has been sold, according to Beacon, and I'm proposing that we establish some sort of preliminary procedure to essentially terminate the IUP connected with that property. So to that extent, the information is here, and on reverse, I have a very preliminary draft for consideration, not necessarily tonight, to the new owners, saying the permit has been terminated, and if they wish to re-up it, they need to talk to John.
That looks very good, Glenn.
Yeah, the only thing is we can't cancel that yet, because from my understanding is he's probably gonna be doing business there till August.
Maybe that's why the sign is not done.
Have you talked to him?
No. Word of mouth.
Word of mouth?
Yeah.
According to Beacon, the new owners are the owners.
Yep.
And
But they're not moving up till August.
okay,
So from what I'm hearing is he's gonna keep working. I don't know, I haven't gotten a hold of him, but, I mean, there was a pontoon sitting there yesterday.
then maybe we could,
I just hang out a little bit.
okay. We
Is
can
it a
do
good conversation, going over and seeing him, going over and having a conversation with him?
Yeah, if
See what
he's
his
there.
intentions are, yeah.
He doesn't live there. She does, but he does. So he lives there.
Oh,
So if I catch him, then that's fine.
sure.
Yeah.
And I don't have an address for him, other than 110.
I'm worried, I don't have a phone number.
When they were by the village.
Is that right? Okay. But his car hasn't been there for
Okay.
quite a long time.
So, okay, we'll hold on that.
Okay.
No, there's no. Okay.
Want to go to the subdivision? Okay. That's these?
Yeah, yeah.
It's all, there's just three pieces.
I mean, this is a different one. So it's
Oh.
just that one and then this one.
Okay. You guys can share, we'll share.
But they're two different.
They're two different ones.
Oh,
So this here is Martin Penguins on
Okay.
Grady Road. And this is how they split it. So this is Dwayne and Kay's. This is the south end. This is where the buildings are, and that's Wendy's.
okay,
And then that's the north end, which is Roxanne and Lessons.
okay.
That's how that ends up. This one here, even at the county level, doesn't need soil borings because it's already has it's already got a house there.
Okay.
So according to their laws, rules, regulations, they don't need one. But in order for the land split to be done, these two do, because it's under 40 acres. Not necessarily at our level, but at the county level it does.
Okay.
It's parcel A and parcel.
So it's parcel A and parcel C. I guess it doesn't have a C, but
Yes.
Okay,
Parcel A and parcel B.
I suppose we should try to make some additional copies, because I'm not gonna be able to follow unless we are
Well, this is more like, you know, obviously, it's not voted on tonight, so. it's
Okay.
something that- Cause I mean, the board has to vote on. This is, I'm bringing it so that you guys, they have it done, this is, you know, they have the surveying done. Amy, you said that the county won't let them do borings yet anyhow, right? Do they got any idea when they're gonna do it?
I go up Thursday and we'll figure it out then, probably Monday.
Monday maybe? Okay.
Do we have a PID on it?
Not yet, because it's,
Well, there's a PID on
02920000.
I was gonna say the crushing did it.
02
the zero.
29
Okay, 29,
02
Yep.
92
92,
000.
000.
Oh, use this one. You must have missed that.
Let's see, maybe-
It's not in this one either. But this one here, yeah.
You want that one?
You got it?
If you-
2902340000. After talking to Kelly today, they have to have the soil borings done. And she would actually like them seeing them done before it leaves here.
Yeah,
Okay.
so that's for both pieces. Okay, the only one that doesn't need one, like I say, is the buildings.
So it doesn't say.
But now, this is a little more in Taylor. Now, Les and Roxanne are the only ones that have road frontage. Okay, they have plenty of it. This one here is gonna be K and Dwayne's,
Okay.
parcel B. So this one here, you know, back whenever Avis split that land, she had that, I don't know if you probably got that somewhere, but anyhow, we got legal documentation that was drawn up by a lawyer, and it's in the courthouse, that this piece, or these two pieces, we can split them as long as they're tied to another piece, because otherwise they'll be landlocked. But they have to have their own PID because they're in the Pine City School District, and the land down here is in the Brandon School District.
Okay.
So Kane and Dwayne, I think they're in the process of doing it, but we don't have it yet. And then this one here is Wendy's, and she wants to sell to Dustin, and then he can tie it to this piece over here, so it doesn't matter. Because that could be one PID, but
Okay.
we'll see what happens, because he doesn't,
Do we have parcel numbers for K and Dwayne's?
no.
Not PID numbers, just parcel, something.
B, parcel B. And Les and Roxanne's is A.
And the remainder of Wendy's, that's the thing else.
So they might have this done by our meeting in 2 weeks or whatever,
Okay.
possibly. So,
So bottom line is, we're okay with this, provided that soil borings are performed on the two parcels from Marvin's.
Yep.
And on
all three for these.
all three?
Plus survey, right?
What's that?
Plus survey.
Well, this is,
Oh,
but, and yeah, this one's got road frontage, so you're fine there. These two parcels that have legal documentation or, well, Wendy can't tie hers to anything because she doesn't have anything there, so she's gonna have to come up with, Dustin's gonna have to get by it, and that's that.
Okay.
Yeah, because otherwise it's gonna be long.
Yeah, otherwise these guys have to give her a
Yeah.
strip of land to get to the building.
Parcel A and B need soil borings.
A, B, and remainder.
And the remainder.
Oh, all three?
And this one,
Okay. Plus,
legal documentation.
plus legal documentation. Okay. And we'll need PID on both of these.
Yeah. See,
Yeah, then.
I picked them up.
Your subdivision on Greeley, you should
Yeah.
probably have that sewer abandoned on that house.
It's gonna have to be, yep, because that's not conforming, you know that,
I would say it needs to be abandoned.
yep. So does she do that at the time that we split it, or the time that she sells it? Because if she splits it and never sells it, and they tear out the building, well, it still has to be
It
abandoned.
should be abandoned in either way.
Either way, yeah, you're right.
And then they could be moorings on that too, that, they could have all three of them moored and then it'd be ready for sewer.
Yeah, yeah, but,
But that sewer needs to be abandoned.
yeah, yeah, for sure. And maybe, like I say, do we do that before they split it, or do you just do it whenever?
I'd put a stipulation on it, on how long.
Like a 3-month or something
Yeah.
period after it's split? Okay,
That just has to go in the county line.
yeah,
That's reasonable, isn't it? 3 months.
yeah, that's all summer.
Anybody else got comments? Is that fair, 3 months, Joanne?
I'll go with what Amy says.
No.
I don't know why it couldn't be done now, but
What's that? Yeah.
But I'm not gonna be that much
Okay.
of a stickler. There, I take it there is no sewer system on,
This other one? No.
on this one where the old house was in the back.
Well, I imagine there's just a tank and an open pipe, I imagine.
Well, maybe that needs to be abandoned.
That's what she's talking about.
No, she was talking Marvin.
That's what she was talking about.
No, the old house back here.
Oh.
Yeah, that one needs to be done too then.
That would
I
be-
didn't know there was a house there.
Does that even have a sewer system?
I
Or
don't
does
know.
that have an outhouse?
The only thing they, I think it had an outhouse, but
Because back,
20 years cycle up to there.
because I was gonna say, those people haven't lived there
I don't,
for 60, 70 years.
70 years at least.
It's been a long time.
It was abandoned
But
well.
if there's a system, some sort of a system there, it has to be taken
Abandoned.
care of.
Yeah.
Just put it, if some sort of system is at that old house, it has to be abandoned.
And that is,
Remainder, right?
No, it's not the remainder, that'd be in Wayne Cave.
Is it?
Yep,
It's on this piece?
on this piece is about right here,
We down there?
way down there.
Yeah, it's on the bottom.
Because this is so,
Yeah, it's to the south.
it's way down there. Oh.
It's about straight across from Les's house. Really?
Yep.
Yep, it is. You can see it on Beacon.
Okay. Investigation? Okay.
we'll try to get these, but, again, the important thing is updates with the PID and sort of warnings on most, not necessarily everyone. And potential, certainly one, and potentially 2 sewer abandonments. Okay. Ms. Amy, for the minutes, I'm going to want you to verify that I'm understanding correctly.
Yep.
Otherwise, we're so far so good.
Yeah.
Just a time process, ain't it? To get it all.
Get it all done, yeah. Like I say, this one here probably it's gonna take some time, this one. But Marvin's, they'll probably try and push for that for next month,
Okay,
or for this month.
sure. Yeah, they get it all the way it's supposed to be. We can't turn it down, so.
You will want a copy of those, or,
No, I'll have to tell Wendy that they're gonna have to get a fee a year,
okay, whatever.
so
Good.
I don't know what our conclusion is, so she knows for the meeting what she's gotta do.
Okay. For Marvin's, repeat after me if I'm right. We need the PID, we need soil borings on all 3 parcels, all 3 sub-parcels,
Possibly.
possible.
Kelly says no.
Well,
That's fine.
what am I hearing?
Well, if Kelly says no on the house, that's fine, but.
Yeah, she said no on the house, but we need an abandonment
Okay.
agreement on one.
Okay. potential abandonment, we need the legal docs to connect, and a PA, and soil boards.
Yep.
Okay. And yes, we should have in the file the document that Davis prepared, or had prepared.
She put that on that time, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
They owned the land, but it was a different school district, wasn't it?
That's the reason that they had to have this.
I think they split like 20 off of that 90 out there.
You know, and then they put it back on at the end, wasn't it?
No, because Dustin ended up with it.
You know, but I thought she put that on the whole works, or she took it off.
My memory is that the land that Dusty now owns, the whole place, could not be sold without selling the parcel that was in the Pine City School District. That was my memory, which may be faulty, but, and if that's the case, then that's the same agreement that we'll have to have with the other Pine City School land.
So in order for Dustin to acquire that 20 acres, it had to be attached.
Okay.
Yeah, it's attached, that 20 acres is attached to
Yeah.
the front, because it says it right on Beacon.
You're right.
Okay,
All right, we're all good?
I think so.
All right.
I just want to make sure that the minutes reflect accurately what we're dealing with.
Retirement of the township attorney.
Already,
You already have one from Commissioner Gray.
yeah.
Yeah. So on April 10th, we got an email saying, from Kevin Hofstad, saying that he's intending to retire as of the 31st of May. And he will ensure that all our legal needs are met during the transition. And if there are outstanding issues, he'll work with us to transfer the case to another attorney. So this is, at this point, for your information, and the board will have to decide how to proceed, if we want to advertise for a new local council, if we want to meet with Kevin to get his recommendations, whatever the board wants to do with that.
I think you guys should just email him.
Pardon?
Email him and ask him what he's got for a list for recommendations.
Okay,
That's what I'd do.
very good.
It's simple.
Yeah. That sounds good to me. Any other comments? I was talking to Dwayne, he said the Sundays in April and May, this place is rented.
We have, all the Sundays in April are rented by Joe Pates, that we agreed to before. And he's already paid for that, and as far as I know, it's working out very well. He also asked if he could rent the Sundays in May. There was no one signed up, no residents had signed up for any Sundays in May. And after talking with John, wherever he's sitting, we agreed to let Joe rent them for May.
Okay.
So those are all also paid for. As you know, he was considering this as a permanent home for meeting for the church, for his church. He has backed away from that. They have another site that they are negotiating for, and likely will accept that's closer to most of their members. but that was not finalized, and he didn't expect it to be finalized before May, so that's why he went ahead and asked for Sundays in May.
Wonderful. I got something, I was talking to John Keeman one day, and I mentioned it to you, Dwayne, a week or two ago. We're not done with our zoning book. And this 10 acres in my mind is not working the way it should be. Because they buy 10 and 7 wet roads and a pucker crusher, they pile junk on it. And so, between John and me, we kinda came up with, if you got 40 acres, you could split her twice. 2 5-acre lots, the rest is gonna stay, the other 30 is gonna be connected to them 5, or you got 80, you get 4 splits. You go 5-acre lots. What is?
5 acre being the smallest.
5 acres being the smallest.
Split it however you want.
You can split it anyway, but you're only gonna put 2 houses on 40 and 4 on 80. Thoughts?
So it's going from 10 down to 5?
We're talking.
That's what I'm
Yes,
asking.
yeah.
That's what they're.
Yes.
I believe the county was actually at 2.5. There's quite a few townships at 2.5, but I mean, if you want to stick with 5, that's perfectly fine too.
So my question is, how do we guarantee that the remaining 30 isn't split in the future?
A great big filing cabinet,
Uh,
a lot of records, but I mean, what else are you gonna do?
you know,
I mean, everybody, not everybody, but a lot of different townships and counties do it that way. You know,
They
you
can
just,
change it 10 years down the road.
you can, but you just gotta keep track of your PIDs and,
you know,
cause I mean, like, some of the townships, they'll do like it can be 4 per quarter. So then you have to keep track of the sections also, which really makes it tough.
as long as they have their individual PIDs, record keeping is simple, that's not a problem.
Right.
I'm more concerned about small lots, and I'm very glad to hear a 5-acre minimum rather than a 2.5, because I think that just causes trouble. If we're going to look at 2 septic sites and a building site and a place for horses and a well, 2.5 acres does not cut it.
Maybe no horses. What's this?
How many places don't have horses in it?
What's this? What's this sitting on? I thought it was sitting on 3.
I think it's sitting on 3 or 4.
That's what I thought.
But I don't know that precisely. What we had was
Nothing.
very,
Quarter acre.
and I'm going in part on my own personal experience, because ours is 2.5 and it is not functional in terms of long-term. So that's my biggest concern. I might be able to stick with 5.
I mean, obviously, the river district is different, but that's pretty much also what it already.
But that's a whole different type of subdivision.
Yeah, that's all gone already.
Pretty much.
Yeah. And if someone wanted high-density housing, we have in the ordinance the planning and development, which would cover the sewer issues and all that.
What happens if you have a 10-acre site now? So you do right now we have 10-acre sites that are 4 to 40, right? 10, 10, 10, 10, right? 8 to 8, 8, 8, 8, all the way across. So what happens when somebody's got the 10 acres and they decide that they want to split that 10 acres into 5 acres?
That'd be doable. Why is it?
You could do that, so those 10,
The existing
so
was.
you have 4 and 40 acres, right now. Each is 10-acre site. And that 10-acre site that one has a house on right now, one of them is split into 2, so now it's a 5-acre, 5-acre. You're gonna let that happen all the way down?
You could. Why not? Because, I mean, you take from this day forward, or whenever, not this day, but, you know, whenever you vote on it, from that day forward, it's, you know, the 2 for 40 and 4 per 8. But then if somebody does come into a 10 acres, which you'd be better off with than to let happen what's happening now. You know, let them split that. That gets rid of a lot of junk and other things that are happening if you get smaller lots.
I agree and I disagree. I disagree because you're now concentrating, you're turning it into a development, basically.
Somewhat.
Well, someone, I mean, just down the road for me, you know, my personal experience is like a 10, 10, 10, 10. Houses are on top of each other, they split that out, now they're really on top of each other.
Yeah,
And then you see that all around the township here.
yeah. It'll probably happen anyhow, but yeah, you can,
But we don't have a crystal ball, we don't know what's gonna happen 10 years from now, we don't know what's gonna happen 30 years from now.
unless you wanna try and,
File cabinet, stuff like that, we're really here now.
unless you wanna try and keep the 10s the 10s and just not split again.
Move forward.
But then you
Well,
gotta try
it'd be
and
interesting to
backtrack.
see what other counties, townships are doing. I know down in Dakota, when I lived down there, it was 2 per 40, right?
Right,
And yeah, I think it was 2.5, but it was 240, and that was it. You couldn't put anything else on there.
right.
So,
But then we'd have to go back and we'd have to dig out all the records, you know, not here because we don't even have them. We'd have to go to Plain County. So if somebody came in, I don't even know how you do that, because if they came in and wanted to split their 10, you'd have to find out where that 10 came from in the first place.
Yeah.
right. I mean, I don't hate it, but I don't like it either. I think it opens up a big can of worms and it's a slippery slope.
It could be,
Very.
you know. I mean, there's a lot of them that you couldn't split anyhow because there's no way to get to the back, so.
They put the house right in the
Middle
middle.
road, right in the middle.
Because you still gotta have the road frontage, you know.
Yeah.
Well, what's stopping building road access, I got this piece back here, and I've got three
Because the
fences.
10 acres, in most of our 10 acres, not to argue with you, but most of our 10
Oh, I love
acres
it.
are 330 feet. Most of them are, aren't they?
According to,
So you can't take that 66 foot, right, or it won't even be an easement, because you don't want to do that anymore, but that 66 foot piece of property, you can't take it off there, because then this stand isn't legal anymore, and you can't do that.
Okay, so we go down to 2.5. So this one has 3 acres, and this one has 7 acres, you could put a road in there, right?
No, because you still won't have your road frontage, and our road frontage is 330 feet, period. So there's very few pieces you can actually do it with.
If they own to the center of the road, it's their property.
You
Yeah,
could have minor
So you can put
subdivisions
another
of plating.
road behind,
you could, but
but still have
only if
5
you wanted
acres.
to.
Yeah, plating would be your small.
St. Louis County's had 5 acres for 50 years. And they don't have a town.
Right. Well, but I'm just saying, you know, to go from, we should quit doing 10s for sure. Because it just, you can see what's happening.
They put the house in the middle.
Put the house in the middle and pile up a bunch of junk, and then on the outside of it, they put some more junk.
I think neighbors have been complaining about that for years, so,
I got neighbors that do it.
yeah.
So later.
Yeah, you got a little mini development.
But they wanted me and John to come in and farm the last 2 out of the 10, because everything else is,
Did you farm around my sewer and all my junk?
yeah.
Because I'd like to keep my green acres that I can't get.
Right. Yeah. I think there's more discussion and a little more homework that needs to be done on it, but it's, yeah, I don't hate it, but I don't love it, so,
Something to talk about.
that's just me.
Okay. Spring short course?
our session was actually canceled and postponed in Carlton. It has been rescheduled for Friday the 17th. And I guess I'd like to know how many people are able and want to go before we simply ignore it.
I can't make it.
I won't,
Pardon?
I won't be going this year.
John?
No.
I won't be able to go there.
Okay.
Dwayne, you got to come by yourself?
If I can work it into my schedule, I will.
Okay.
Or Janessa may want to go, depending on how her schedule is like. And Jan?
I don't know what it is, so.
Sorry. Minnesota Western Association of Townships has a series of what they call spring short courses around the state. And
It's very good. Gives you a lot of legal advice on all the ups and downs and a lot of
it's,
good ideas.
it's essentially a day-long training session. Sessions specifically for supervisors, for clerks, / treasurers. But it's useful for anyone who's really interested in township government. Come on. There's the schedule.
We'll take a look at it and talk about it. That's my birthday, I don't know if I want to sit in it.
Okay, that's one.
They'll probably give you a free cake. Probably even sing happy birthday.
Yes.
They gave you a cupcake with a little thing.
Oh.
Candle in it, yay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah,
We'll talk about it, but
Very
it's a
good.
possibility.
okay. Then I won't plan on anybody else at this point unless either Barb or Jan gets in touch with me or Janissa.
Okay, perfect.
Good.
Citizens complaints.
So. We have a series of official. Sorry, no. We have a series of 8 official citizen complaint forms, which came in yesterday. I did email them to you, but here are hard copies, and I don't know how you want to address them, but this is the first time in a long time that we've had an official written complaint, and we need to, ultimately, the board needs to address.
Okay.
Jane, I sent one a
Pardon?
week ago and you said you received it. So
And
it's
I
not
did,
there.
and I did, and I apologize for not getting that into this one. We will,
I can just get and.
oh no, I do have it.
Okay.
So my apologies on that, Patrice. So I don't know how you want to address these.
Well, this is more of a board deal, isn't it?
Ultimately, the board has to decide if planning commission does not want to deal with them, then we'll postpone this until the board meeting.
Okay.
I think it's going to be addressed by the board. I also think that now that they're in the light, it's public information, correct? Okay.
And We have a copy that can be passed around if you wish. Thanks, Paul.
I know I'm not on the planning commission meeting, but I think what I would do, if it's me, is I just rip it off like a Band-Aid and let's talk about it and get started on it so that everybody knows what it's about.
Right now?
Right now.
Yeah,
That's
no,
what I
that's,
do.
that's fine.
I mean,
But any decisions? then
no,
all has
there
to
can't be
No,
decisions.
can't be any decisions, it all goes to the,
I mean, this is planning commission, so you may as well figure out what's going on and try and see if you got some answers for it.
right?
That'd be my suggestion.
So, because me is okay if I go ahead, go with this? All right, can you hear me? Yeah, all right.
For,
All right.
for the board's information, I have numbered them 1 through 8.
Yeah, never mind, one grade as
Let's,
they came across, so number 1.
Well, just, most of, all of these are actually for Joe.
Yeah,
So let's give him a copy,
yeah.
and as you're addressing him, let him answer.
Joe, do you have a copy of this by chance or not?
No, I don't know what you're talking about, sir.
Oh. She's got one. Or you want one?
So the first one, number 1, we're gonna go down 1 through 8, how they were received. So as the complaint is, one of the greenhouses has been changed to drying and packaging facility. There should be a building permit applied for, inspected and approved. That greenhouse is attached to all the other greenhouses we get to support buildings. Therefore, the entire operation requires a sprinkler system for 2020 F-1 moderate hazard factor industrial. If they're using the east greenhouse in this capacity, the operation should be shut down immediately. Is that too much? It's necessary. Reverberation. All right, so that's complaint number 1.
Well, Pete,
Go
what I
ahead.
do,
Yeah,
Joe, did you read through that?
Oh, I don't plan on speaking to any of these, so
okay.
that would be foolish.
Well, then go ahead.
More investigation is needed. That's gonna be for all of these, so I can say it once.
Can I just ask a question, Joe? Did you change one of those over or no?
I'm not speaking to anyone tonight until I read what's going on. Sorry, guys.
Yeah,
Again, learned a long time ago, you don't wrestle with the pig. You both get dirty and the pig enjoys it, so just sit back and relax.
no, you're just talking about it, we're just talking about it.
No, I know,
Yeah, no, I'm agreeing with you, we're just talking about it, so.
Cool.
We're not asking questions.
Have fun.
So, number 2, regarding the code of ordinances, Township of Royalton, ordinance 005-2010 antennas. Towers and wind towers, section 3, subdivision 1, all towers must meet the setback requirements. Section 3, subdivision 3, all towers for commercial use require a conditional use permit. There's a private security company, so a conditional use permit is required. This position should be shut down until this step is completed, since alarms have been triggered numerous times.
I'll just ask, Pete, I'm sorry, I don't see all that text here. Am I missing something, or?
Your numbers are like my numbers, are different.
I don't see any text to that effect, so I'm just seeing,
Look further into the,
We're on page 1.
Draw the upper left, right hand corner, there's complaint number 4.
yeah, and I'm saying I don't see all the detail that Pete just read. That's-
If you go to page 4,
Yeah, all I see is regarding ordinance, Township of Royalton updated, last amended, solar ordinance does not meet any of the solar
go to
ordinances.
page 4.
go to page 4. There you go.
Oh, so they are out of order.
They're out of order.
My apologies, I got
No
you.
worries, no worries, no worries.
Yeah, I don't,
you were reading on 4?
That was I just printed them out how I have it.
Oh.
So you got your own
Yeah.
here.
So I can change, I'll change the one that was printed,
So
so.
we're all
I don't think that's.
picks up. All right, so I'm gonna start at number one, the very beginning, okay, the first page. Issue complaint zoning or issue based on the fact, is that the correct one? That the county has determined this is a commercial industrial operation that requires a conditional use permit. Number one. Good? Number two. It's regarding code of ordinances, Township of Royalton, solar ordinance number 2021-1, February 23rd, 2021, does not meet any of the solar ordinance, no permit, setbacks, or tree screening. Number three, one of the greenhouses has been changed to a drying and packaging facility. I read this one at the very beginning. Number four was the one that, ordinance number 5, 2010, antenna towers with wind towers. We read that one. Number 5 would be Section 18 Environmental Review Program. All businesses are required to have an environmental impact statement based on an environmental review study. This is especially important with fertilizer and herbicide in this business. This operation is very close to the Snake River and being our own lowlands. A 50,000 or even 100,000 bond would not cover this cleanup. This could be a huge lawsuit. This would not only affect our neighborhood, it could affect people all the way to the St. Croix. Number 6, fencing ordinance, effective April 25th, 2018. This ordinance, letter I, this ordinance about fencing has been repeatedly out of compliance and is an eyesore and a nuisance because it's not securely fastened. It flaps around, which has set off the security alarms numerous times. It's obvious that at least part of the alarm is shut off now. I have videos to prove this. Number 7, regarding code of ordinances, Town of Royalton, Section 4, subdivision B6, uses not provided for within zoning districts. Since cannabis operations are not specifically permitted or denied, the use shall be considered prohibited. Although all cannabis businesses are considered legal, in Minnesota, cannabis is still federally illegal. Since the township has not amended the ordinance to allow federally illegal businesses, all operations dealing with cannabis are prohibited in Royalton Township per law. And last and final, 8, Section 16, amendments and conditional use permits, Subdivision 2 amendments, initiations. Any action to send zoning ordinances to the county requires action from the township planning and zoning committee to amend the township ordinance for a single issue or to send the entire zoning to the county. If planning and zoning approves an amendment and sends it to the board, a public meeting would need to be held. The entire process dealing with cannabis has been done illegally, and therefore no cannabis business should be in operation until the township ordinance is created or amended.
So Pete, what I will say is I'm happy to have a response to all these to the board by your next board meeting, if that helps.
Perfect. And to all the complaints, we, as the planning commission, will work on responses and get those to the board members so that the board members can read them.
Thanks for sharing this, it's very helpful.
Can I read mine?
Please.
Okay. This complaint is regarding the lack of creating a township cannabis ordinance. Now that one could easily be written for the township, I strongly encourage you to study the Pine County Ordinance 2024-58 to understand what this township will face soon if no township ordinance is written to protect us. And then I've got a link for you to go to that allowed a small amount of local control in the cannabis law. Most states allow all the voters to decide on the issue. The state entered in with no idea what the rules should be. The state allowed the local units of government to create a moratorium and an ordinance. Please use the ordinance I submitted, which you'll get that, and give it to the lawyer to finish. We do not need an industrial zone to finish this, but we do need to get it back under township control. And what I wrote is outline of steps steps to resolve that we've already done. I said, we asked Josh Knuckles, who's a lawyer, to write a sample ordinance, and he would help his township again. Unfortunately, the planning and zoning committee didn't use that ordinance, and Josh's ordinance, or uses ordinance suggestions. And then I said, the first draft of the Pine County ordinance was written, I believe, mostly by the attorney. It followed the OCM's suggestions and was a good sample. After that, they continued to change it. The third draft was totally different from the first draft, and I think you guys should study that. If you need that information, we have it. I've taken the county ordinance, that 2458, and reorganized it so it makes sense, for one thing, and added what needs to be fixed to protect us. I suggest you take it to a lawyer and then get it finished up and create our own ordinance so that we are filled with businesses. A lot of counties and counties, mostly townships, limit the number that can be in the county or township, which I think is very wise. But you'll get practice with that.
Denise?
So, I filled out some complaints with Pine County. One was the alarms, two was lights. Even this morning, 5 o'clock this morning, they're atrocious, and for light and odor mitigation. Now, I copied the township on those Pine County complaints. Do I have to fill out a separate complaint for you guys then to look at it, even though I'm copying you guys on it?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, I'm gonna do that.
But I do, Denise, I do print out what you have sent to us, so we do have a file.
Yes.
But you gotta have a form.
I would assume that in order to have a formal response, we need a formal request on our form.
Okay, all right, thanks for the clarification.
Really?
I'll keep my mouth shut. I was gonna say something, but I better not. I just like to remind you that, it's how long since this started. And every meeting, just about, for the last how long, why did it go a year and a half before any of the issues came up? Joe said what he planned on doing it from the get-go. And I'll be finished saying some other things. But, if he's set up in business, we gotta watch ourselves. You guys gotta watch our township, so we don't get in a major lawsuit for what two people are trying to do. That's all I'm gonna say.
You live with the lights.
I've driven down the road. I can't drive down your dirt road with my headlights on.
You are so.
Alright, so around.
No.
The one thing regarding that is lawsuits don't just come from one direction. And that's what you have to be careful of.
Okay, take that into consideration.
I live right down the road too, and the lights aren't atrocious. Okay, if you're standing there, out there every day, yes, they are gonna be atrocious lights.
You live 1 or 2 miles away from the facility.
I live in 1.2 miles.
We're trying to work a meeting.
Yep, we're having a meeting, yep.
There's a parking lot if you want to argue.
They aren't that bad.
What else you got?
No, I-
Same lights as they use for tomatoes.
Barb Dryer could not be here tonight because she had a prior commitment. me to, in relation to this, would recommend that we have a meeting with Kelly Shorter to once again attempt to be very specific in terms of where county jurisdiction ends and where township jurisdiction begins. We've had some of that, and I think that's been very good, but that would have been, were she here, that would have been her recommendation for this. And I want to make sure that her voice is heard on that issue.
Well, that's not a bad idea. Anything else?
In terms of other agenda items, not if you all don't have questions.
Were you guys gonna look at, I came tonight to hear about the new zoning ordinance. I thought it was postponed to tonight to discuss and review.
Well, I was just about to bring that up.
Oh, thank you, I'm sorry. My apologies.
You stole my thunder here, so.
I feel.
Yeah, I don't have anything to say. No, I looked at the zoning ordinance, wanted to talk just a little bit about it. The two things I'd really like to, the rough draft that we were given after our meeting. There's some things that need to be changed in that. There's some things that need to be definitely taken out. And then also I'd like to add in some verbiage about data centers and solar farms, yes. So I'd like to, I'll even take the lead on that and get some information from different, surrounding and then surrounding areas on both of those. And then get that put into our zoning ordinance.
Can I say one thing? As far as doing a zoning ordinance, at the annual meeting, I made the point that you need a comprehensive plan. And in looking for attorneys that deal with zoning, they said the number one thing is you get a comprehensive plan. And that's what you base your zoning on. That would take care of this issue of how populated do you want this township to be? You know, what is our goal here? The comprehensive plan was done in 2010. Things have changed a lot. And do we wait another 10 years to make a plan? Because there should be a comprehensive plan. That's what your zoning should be built around, just like a business plan. You make the business plan then first, then you decide how you're gonna operate the business. Just my suggestion.
I have a question. So we didn't get anything back on that ordinance since the last meeting? Nothing? No changes?
Mark's questions related to, does the board wish to have included in the final ordinance, in its final draft, data centers and solar farms?
Okay, that's what we got left.
That's what we've got.
So we have so trying to clean that up and then get that in there and then I think we can probably present.
Then we can move forward with whatever.
So we're gonna.
Peter, we're gonna get a copy of this before it passes?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah, that'll be a problem.
Oh, not 2 days before.
Oh,
We need a month probably.
soon as I get it,
Apparently, they have one.
they do not have one. As far as I know, they don't have one.
Well, you must know because you want to change something before
Where
it's
is
taken out.
the ordinance? They have. We have.
One
You
you're
don't
working
have
on
any
now.
special
Now
knowledge or.
Okay, yeah, so I'm just gonna stop that, I'm just gonna quash it right now. That hasn't been sent out from, it hasn't been sent out for me, I don't know about John, certainly don't know about Dwayne. No, it doesn't, it's, anything
It's
that
all
we,
based on.
anything that we have, I can promise you, on my behalf, is not gone out to anyone. Okay?
So we need to do our homework and data center. Anything else?
I don't have anything else. I do, well, I do have one other thing. I know that there's in the paper, there's a public hearing, the Pine County Board of Commissioners, to look at the ordinance 2024-58 that's coming up on the 21st, I believe. Yeah, April 21st at 10 a.m. North Pine Government Center. If you'd like to voice your opinions there, please do so.
It's about what?
2024-58, the Pine County ordinance. So, if you'd like to go up to that, you sure can. I will. No.
You won't. You're not missing much.
I gotta work. What's that?
You got a life?
It's, so the Pine County Board of Commissioners will conduct a public hearing starting at or as close to 10 a.m. as possible at April 21st, 2026 at North Pine Government Center. The purpose of the public hearing will be to solicit testimony in consideration of amending Pine County Ordinance 2024-58 regulating the zoning of adult use cannabis business activities. The ordinance will be amended as follows, and if you look at the ordinance, you can follow it right down the letter. I did that this evening, took me about 15 minutes to go through it. So there's no giant changes, there's a couple of words added, a couple different things taken out, and it's all right in the paper. So if you'd like it, I think they sell the paper over at Highlanders. So that's what's up.
Perfect, thank you.
What? Paper. Thank you.
Anything else?
Nothing from me. Jan, anything else? Welcome, Jan, to your first planning commission meeting.
That was a good one.
Motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn. Motion adjourn.
Good to see you guys.
I do.
Yeah.